Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Musical Moments. My name is Barry Sames, if this is your first time checking in. And I'm going to have some fun today playing some of your favorite music. So I hope you have been thinking about your requests, at least maybe the last couple of minutes. I know how everyone's so busy, but if you have something you want to hear you haven't heard in a while, this is the time to mention it. I wanted to say hello to a few people here. Amy Dopagar is on. Michael Padilla. We have Christy Hughes is listening. Luke Pearson, shout out to him. And also Sharon Gursky from here at the church has it on. And Britt Larson. Hello, Britt. Hello, my mother-in-law, Winona Brooks. Good to see you today. And we have Ren Rebecca Royale. Thank you. So if you get a second, just click a quick share to maybe one or two people. If you can think of somebody new who might want to listen to this, even not right now, if they want to listen to it later, you can listen to this anytime. I have several people who say, well, I'm working during the day, I can't really do it, so they listen to it at night or the next day. But of course, if you listen now live, I try to get your requests on for you. So we've got some beautiful weather down here right now in Houston. It's reminiscent of the back east where I moved from. Got that nice little chill in the morning, which finally we have some relief from the humidity. So thankful for that. Hello to my sister out in San Diego, Jill. So let's get started with some requests this morning. No, I have no guest today, but hopefully next week I will. But we do have a composer of the day I'll be telling you about in a little while. a beautiful song to start with. That was for Winona, and right now I have another, it was from my mother-in-law, and my mother has a song coming in here, I think, from New Jersey. Judith sings Jacob's Ladder. Good one. Once again, we have a few more people coming in today. Pam, Nikolai. Also, we want to welcome Victoria Miller. And thank you for sharing your story, Victoria. We'll keep you in prayer. And I got a couple new ones coming out. Now, There in My Heart Rings a Melody. My sister asked this last week, and I wasn't sure if I knew it, but let's... Okay, that was a good one back from, gosh, that's going back too many years. Probably back to Salem Methodist Church. Way, way back, Jill. Hello, Kim Churchill. Welcome to have you here. And Lisa Norling's listening as well. And we have Agnes Kai in from Bryn Mawr area of Pennsylvania. Let's hit that one. That's a good one. Play this back east. How people come up, they're like, "Can you please play that at my funeral?" And as awkward as it sounds, it's happened more times than you think. So believe it or not, I do throw it in quite a bit. Even people, if they don't ask me, it's just a great message. Thank you, Agnes, for that request. I'm having a little struggle today here with my comments disappearing, but keeping up with it. If this is the first time, if you've never done a request before and you just kind of sit back and listen, use the opportunity today and send in a request. I get a lot of people who I love, who are my regular people who always have a request to say, but if you just listen, yep, I'm going to get to that, Jill. But if you've never done a request and you just listen, think of something that you grew up with. Hymns are funny because, not funny, but it's great because they actually, music is a way of bringing back memories. A lot of times I would play a lot of senior centers, and you see people in there who are non-communicative. Maybe they just sit there in the chair, but you play an old familiar hymn, and you just see a light turn on with them. So hymns are something that we grew up with, and really, no matter what age we have, they bring a memory. So I just say that to take the opportunity to make a request today. Oh, that's a great one too. Okay. From Miss Willis. Okay. She loves, this is another of one of our Bryn Mawr, PA people. Hello to Mrs. Willis. And she loves this song. So it's so funny because today I actually brought the book. You can't see it from where I am, but I brought in the book Songs of Zion, which is a great reference for a lot of the gospel songs. And I was going to thumb through it a little bit if we had just a little bit of slow time. And I really do love that piece. Sometimes it's just hard to, I just need to hear, I tell people, I just need play 2 or 3 notes, and it's kind of like juggling my memory to bring them back to the top. I think it's the problem of playing too many songs in your life. Sometimes it's hard to recall the file, so to speak. And people laugh when I say that, but it's, but let's get marching. And I am trying to pull this one up for Mrs. Willis. Believe it or not, I'm going to need a little bit of a clue here to get it back in my head here. In the meantime, I think we'll put something in here for just another one from the Songs of Zion. It's another beautiful song. He's got the whole world in his hands. So Michael Padilla checking in on us today. I got a request from Michael, Ode to Joy, okay, which translates into, in our hymn books, which is Beethoven's version of Joyful, joyful, we adore you. That's what it was. I could not remember the name of that. Hello to Joyce Busby Putori today. Joycey Baby, as we call her, from New Jersey. Thanks for listening. Thanks for that request, Michael. I couldn't remember the actual name of it. I always tell people my first language is music. Sometimes my choir gets a kick. The wrong words come out when I'm teaching parts and things, but definitely I can speak music fluently, even if I haven't had any coffee yet. But I think we are time to do our, yes we are, 11:34. Wanted to check in. We're going to do our composer of the day today, and let me just pull that up for her. We have a female artist, or hymnal people today. Let me pull it up real quick. Give me a second. It's going to probably be here. Okay, there we go. Yes, so if we can bring that up on the screen, we have Miss Charlotte Elliott today, a female composer. Actually, we call her a writer because sometimes when we hear hymns, we have the lyricist and the writer, and some people, their gifts, their spiritual gifts are maybe more on the musical end, and other people are just writers, and they write, dozens and dozens of pieces of poetry, and sometimes you find that Rodgers and Hart, or you get that combination in chemistry of people where they just churn out so much music in a lifetime, and same thing in the hymn world. But the funny thing was I found Charlotte Elliott, and the song that she was most famous for was "Just As I Am," and the composer was William Bradbury, which we did last week. Just so happened to be that he wrote the music to this song. But let's talk a little bit about Charlotte. She was from England. She was, I'm missing a couple of her pieces, but I think she was born in the late 1700s. And an English poet, hymn writer, and editor. She is, as I said, best known by "Just As I Am," and also another hymn, "Thy Will Be Done." She was born in Westfield Lodge in Brighton, England. A big writer. She contributed about 112 hymns back in the day. And she was also an invalid for many years. So two of her books she wrote. One was called The Invalid's Hymn Book, and the other one, Hymns for a Week, written back in 1839. Her childhood, she had a very good childhood, as one would say, especially back in the day. She was highly educated and had a great passion for music. A couple of her siblings were clergymen as well. As a young woman, she was gifted as a portrait artist, interesting fact, and a writer of humorous verse, which I guess is our version of the comics back then. She was a member of the Church of England. In later years, she was not able to attend public worship, and she always had this feeling of she was not really worthy of God. It plagued her for her entire life, and which prompted her to write the one hymn that she wrote, "Just As I Am," which became huge for those of us listening, and just it sends the message that God takes us as we are. The first words is, "Just as I am, thou wilt receive, wilt welcome, pardon, cleanse, relieve. Because thy promise I believe, O Lamb of God, I come, I come." I remember as a kid at communion, this was a big song at communion. It's still in my brain. And one quote from her, she said, as she became an invalid and not able, she says, "My Bible is my church. It's always open. And there is my high priest ever waiting to receive me." So, Charlotte Elliott. And I'm going to play one or two songs for her. One of them is "Just As I Am." So let me see if I can pull the other one up, if it came through or not. Yes, it did. Okay. This one I have to read. It's a brand new one for me. But we'll start with "Just As I Am." tribute to Elliott, Miss Elliott. So, yeah, sometimes we have people that we feature on here that have done seems like a million songs and hymns, but this one here in particular, she had one major hymn, but it became so popular and so inspirational and meaningful for a lot of people coming to God. Just as I am. What a universal theme, you know, and prayer. Great, that was a little medley of Blessed Assurance and Kumbaya. Thank you for the requests. We have, hello, Kim Churchill's back. Nice to see you. I'm glad you're enjoying it. And we have Wonderful Words of Life. Oh, that's a good one too. See if we can get that one out. You're picking the really oldie but goodies. So I'm going to pick one more out of here, out of the Songs of Zion that I haven't done in probably 10 years, but something new. And Mrs. Willis, I'll get your next week. I just cannot bring that to my memory right now. And I was trying to find it in here just to get the first couple of notes. Usually I can roll from there. Something interesting here. How about I know I'm having a blank here. It's unbelievable. How about we do... like to end real quick. We had a request for a little piece of classical. I'll give you a little snippet of one. A little Chopin Nocturne, I think. Well, that was a little abridged version. I hope Chopin is forgiving me up there. But anyway, that's for my mother back in Jersey. And we want to thank everyone for joining us today. Don't forget Sunday, listen at 9 a.m. for our online worship. Please check in. We always have something new. I know we're also back streaming at 10:30, and of course our early morning worship if you're in the area at 8 o'clock. So until next week, have a great week, be safe, and God bless everyone.